What I'm going to do today is a quick tutorial on getting Nightbot set up. Just the basics. This is not going to get into the more in-depth things, just how to get you connected to Nightbot and get him to come into your chat and help you moderate your channel. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is come up into your search engine, whatever browser you use, and we're going to type in Nightbot.tv. Okay, we're going to hit enter. It's going to take us to this screen. This is what it's going to look like, this blue screen right here. We're going to add to chat. Okay, then it's going to give you all these options right here, so you can sign in with Twitch or YouTube, all these. So we're going to go ahead and pick YouTube. And then right here, you're going to go ahead and put your email or your phone number that is assigned to the YouTube account that you want to link to, right? So in my case, I'm going to use my other channel. The reason I'm going through this channel is because that one doesn't have Nightbot set up. And that way, or I don't think it has Nightbot set up. That way I can just walk you through all the steps. And so that's my other channel. It's the email. I'm going to go ahead and click next. It's going to ask me for my passcode. And so basically I'm logging in with my email, but it gives you the different options, so you just pick whichever one. Now right here you're signing back into Nightbot. So I'm going to go ahead and click continue. And so it says Nightbot already has some access. See the 4 services that Nightbot has some access to. And so it's going to tell you that Nightbot has access to view and manage your assets and associated content on YouTube, manage your YouTube account, see your primary Google account and email address, associate you with your personal info on Google. You can go ahead and click on here on the down, and then it basically just tells you, it breaks everything down for you on what it's going to actually get access to. So, but anyway, you'll read that, do, whatever you want with that. If you choose to accept to allow Nightbot to have that access, then you go ahead and click continue. And so I've clicked continue, and there's my little avatar for my channel. But right here, Nightbot online. So Nightbot is online, which means that the next time I go live, Nightbot should be on my channel. But you have to make sure this right here is online. You can click leave channel, and that will basically put Nightbot offline. So I'll go ahead and click leave channel. So you see right there where it says join channel again. So if you see join channel, that means that Nightbot is offline and Nightbot will not appear in your chat. So we want Nightbot to appear in our chat, so I'm going to go ahead and click join channel. Now, unless I come back in here and actually click on leave channel, he will continue to be here. Like when I go live, he'll continue to be here. So you can give him access and to your chat or take away by this right here, online or leave channel. I want him online. I'm going to go to setting up. I'm going to click on setting up, and so now it's telling me setting up Nightbot. Ensure that you have modded Nightbot in your channel. If Nightbot is not a moderator, it cannot function properly. So as of right now, he still can't do anything, right? So it says go to your YouTube community settings. So then I've got this, I'm hovering over this, I'm clicking it, it says copied. I'm going to click on community settings. There's no managing moderator there. I'm going to go ahead and paste it on there. There's that link it told me to paste, right? I'm going to go ahead and click save. I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back into my community settings, and there he is. So even though it was just that link, but now Nightbot is set as a managing moderator. So most of the moderators that you have on your channel are going to be your standard moderators, and there's a difference. He's a managing moderator, and if you click on the little question mark, it tells you these users have the same capabilities as standard moderators, but in addition, they can manage blocked words and change chat modes in live. And then you can click on learn more, and then it'll go ahead and take you into that, and then you can decide, like if you want to let anybody in there. As for me, the only managing moderator that I have is Nightbot. So basically, once you've done that, and then you go ahead and you hit save, Nightbot is basically hooked up. You're giving him access, right? So I'm going to go ahead and click on my back arrow because I'm going back here. So back again to setting up Nightbot. We've already done this. We've done that. Remember to click save. It basically walks you through it, right? Go live, as Nightbot will only join active streams on YouTube. So for example, if I wanted to test Nightbot right now, I cannot test him unless I actually go live. And so I'm going to go ahead and exit out of that. Okay, so he's online. So if I was to go live, Nightbot would be active, right? But we haven't given him any commands. We haven't given him anything to do. So would he show up? I don't know, right? So what we do next is click right here. And then you can click dashboard, commands, giveaways, logs, song requests, chat moderation, timers, integrations, Discord, support forum, documentation. So you have all these things that you can click on. Click there. I'm going to go to commands, and it's not doing anything, so I'm going to go ahead and X right here, and here's my command screen, right? So you want to add a new command, but I click new command, and then here is the name of your command. So I'm going to click on there, and I'm going to type in hi, right? That's going to be my command. So anytime that someone types in hi, the response that Nightbot is going to give them, and this is where you're going to put in your command, right? So the command that I have for my hi, and you can do whichever command you want for yours. For mine is welcome, an emoji, I'm glad you're here. And you can put whatever you want right there, right? You're going to leave a space. Have the $sign, you're going to have the parenthesis, user, and close parenthesis. And this is what's going to have Nightbot say, welcome, I'm glad you're here, Jackie. And I'm just going to copy and paste this, and I'm going to put it in the description box, so that you can just copy and paste, and then you can do whatever you want with it from there. Okay, hopefully I just want to make it easy for y'all, just to get y'all started, because it's it's not that hard, but it can be overwhelming when you're just starting and you don't know what you're looking for or anything like that, So I'm just going to add a few of my commands, like this one. Okay, so I've got that there, and then I'm going to come down here. Okay, required user level. So who do I want to be able to type in hi and get a greeting? Everyone, right? You want everyone that comes into your chat to be greeted, right? So, or at least I do, and that's what mine is set at everyone. But if you click here, you can do just the owner, just the moderator, your regulars, because you can set up where Nightbot would recognize your regular viewers or chatters, your channel members. Like you may want just a certain command that only your moderators or your channel members can actually activate, right? But in my case, for hi, I want Nightbot to greet everyone that comes into the chat. So I have it set to everyone. So everyone that types in hi is going to get the same command, the same greeting. So once you have that set to the user level that you want, and then you have, I was going to say hit create, but then you have show advanced settings, and you can click there, and you can have a cooldown of 5 seconds, which means that it will wait 5 seconds between people saying hi before it greets, or you can have that set to as low as 1 second. And I think I have mine set. Give me a second and I will look to see what I have mine set, because I like the way my Nightbot functions on my other channel. Oh, I actually have him on a 30-second cooldown, but I don't believe that that's necessary. So, but you can pick whatever you want there. So I think I'm gonna, what was he set on? I'm gonna leave it at 5, but it looks like on my other one it's on 30, and so I may need to lower that because you may have a busy chat and there's all kinds of people coming in and saying hi, and like I don't think I want my Nightbot to wait 30 seconds before it greets, because it could fall behind. So I think I might set it up to maybe 5 seconds. I'm gonna hit create, and so here it shows me my command. And see, it doesn't look like I had any commands set up. So I have my first command is hi. It's going to read this. It's set to everyone. So I'm going to go ahead and click on new command. I'm going to go ahead and type hello in here, right? Because I want Nightbot to greet whether they say hi or hello. And right here, because we already have it set up, right? So I just type in hello. I'm not going to put anything in response. I'm going to leave it on everyone. I'm going to go right here to advanced settings, and right here alias of, I want hello to be an alias of hi. So we've already got hi set up, right? But now if they say hello, hello is going to trigger our commands for hi. And then I'm going to go ahead and hit create. So now hello and hi will basically do the same thing. So here's where we set up hi, and there's our stuff. Here's where we set up hello. So now anytime someone types in hello, it's going to respond with the same thing for hi. Go ahead and click on new command. New command. I am going to put in bye. And I'm basically going to, I'm just going to paste that there. I'm going to leave the username because this is kind of like the same command, except I'm not welcoming them, right? I'm not welcoming them at this point. I am saying goodbye. So I am going to say, what do I want? You can pick whatever you want to say goodbye to. I think I'm going to put, but you can make this right here whatever you want it to be, as long as you have this right here, and that's going to give it the name, right? Okay, so let me try this again. So new command, I'm going to put adios, which is goodbye in Spanish, and I'm going to put in bye because that's the command that we have, right? And I'm going to click create, and for some reason it's not doing it, and I don't understand why it's not doing it. And I don't know if you just noticed how picky that was. When I set up bye, I have to go back, because when I set up bye, apparently I had a space. See, no space, just at the end of E, it doesn't take it. I add a space and it will take it. So before I set this up, I'm going to go ahead and go to cancel. I'm going to go to my bye. I'm going to click on the little marker, and yep, there I left a space. So I'm going to delete that space. And now it's just BYE, no space, right? And I'm going to update that. And now I'm going to go back to the new command. I'm going to put adios in there. I'm going to go down here to advanced settings, alias of, bye, and create. So something that simple can just throw you off, right? Like, I didn't expect that. I mean, it took me a minute. For that alias as well, I'm going to add good night, because a lot of folks say good night when they're leaving. And it is an alias of bye. And some do it with a space, so like good space night, and some just do good night, one word. So I'm going to add that one as well. I'm going to go ahead and click the new command again, and then I'm going to do just the good night as one word, and I'm going to go to advanced settings, and I'm going to type in bye. And then, you know, as you notice your chat doing different things or saying different things for like hello or good night or bye or whatever, you can go up there and just update your Nightbot. You can always come in here and update your Nightbot. I have where mine pulls jokes from dad jokes, and I will leave that. Let me go ahead and copy that URL or that command as well. Just copying the command so I can go ahead and add it in the description box when I get to that point. You start the same way as far as commands. So I'm going to click on new command. It's going to take me to new command. What do I want to name that command? In this case, I want to name that command, or what I have named it on my other channel, is jokes, and I'm going to go ahead and keep it the same for this channel, right? So my command name is jokes. The response right here is this right here that I have, and that's what I'm going to go ahead and leave in the description box. This command right here is basically telling Nightbot to go fetch dad jokes from this website. Okay, and then I'm going to everyone required user level. I'm going to let everybody have access to the jokes, right? I'm going to just go ahead and click create. So now we have jokes created. Your command. So I'm going to go ahead and click new command. And here it is, the name. And I'm going to just label this one weather, right? And then I'm going to go down here to the response. And I'm going to copy and paste the command that I already have set up on my other account, which finding the commands, I think, was one of the more time-consuming things, I think, that I did when I was doing this, and which is why I'm going to just link them for you, and or you know, where you can just copy and paste them so that you don't have to like go searching for them. And we're going to go ahead and scroll to the bottom, and we're going to click create. They're going to type in weather, and they're going to type in their zip code, and that is going to give them the weather to their area. They can also, I believe, type in the city, so weather space Atlanta, and it'll give them the Atlanta weather, or weather space in the zip code, and it'll give them that weather. Someone wants to drop their channel, right? Drop the link to their channel. For my Handcrafted by Jackie, it's yarn. The word that I picked, my command is yarn, just because I do a lot of fiber arts. So I just chose that word yarn, but you can pick whatever word you want, right? So for this one, I'm going to put in garden. I know a lot of people use drop just to keep it simple, so they don't have to try to remember, you know, especially if you have like more than one channel. And then right here, paste this here. I've pasted that there, but right here, your response, it would be what you want to say. So in this case, it says let's throw some yarn at, and it's got the username, and then it's got all this right here, which is what puts this user's link, YouTube link, in there. So in this case, I don't want to throw yarn at these people because, you know, There are people that want to learn about homesteading, not about crafting. So we can put something like, so I'm going to go with that one. Show your support, and then the space, and then this right here. Okay. So when you copy and paste off of the description box, you know, do whatever you want here. Just make sure that, you know, you delete that, you put what you want, and then that you have your space and that you have the rest of this. Okay. The link, I'm going to go ahead and click create. I'm not going to give that one an alias. I'm just going to leave it as garden because I don't need to remember more. We've done 5 commands. I think I'm going to go ahead and leave it at that. I know a lot of you are interested like in the Bible quotes or even or the Bible verses and the quotes, but for that I go through another website. I mean, it goes through Nightbot, but you have to set up your Bible verses and your commands, and like I have facts in there that I haven't gotten to work yet. And then you set Nightbot to pull from those areas, but first you would have to set up those areas. So that would be like a little bit more in depth. And if you're interested in that, go ahead and leave me a comment. And then I can go ahead and try to work on that, or even maybe like do a quick thing on a live one day or something like that. But just let me know. If we get out of our commands and we go into, well, you saw where I clicked, right? Clicked right back in here. And then I'm going to pick timers, and then I'm going to X out of there, and here is my timers. And so it looks like these are timers that I had. So I didn't have any commands set up, but I did have timers set up. Basically the same thing. You're going to go ahead and click on new timer, BJ channel link. So they visit and subscribe to my crafting channel here, and it's going to have the link. It's going to do that. My intervals is every 20 minutes. So every 20 minutes that I'm live on Living Our Simple Lives, Nightbot should drop this link. I'm going to go ahead and click update, but that would be a timer, so that's not a command. I don't have to have, you know, anyone type in anything. It's just Nightbot every 20 minutes, which is what I set up. I could set it up for less, I could set it up for more. Is going to go ahead and put that message in there. That's just the name that I have for it, and then I put a few emojis in there, and it says visit my Etsy shop here, and it has the link, and that one is every 15 minutes, and I'm going to go ahead and leave that one the way it is. And so that's how you would do your timers, and you can set your timers for whatever. So, you know, you have to mess with it, and, you know, it's not always going to be perfect, and there's trial and errors and stuff like that. So that's the timer. But then you can go back over here, and then you have all these things that you can do here. So like your chat moderation, I'm going to X out of there so I can see it. And it would be like the blacklist words and phrases that you want to block out. Like now it's disabled, which means that if someone types in all caps, like it would just time them out, or whatever the case may be. I didn't want that, so I've disabled that, right? The excess emotes, if people were coming in and dropping in a certain amount of emojis or whatever, it would time them out. It would talk very sternly to them, and so I disabled that because I'm fine with emojis, you know, I'm fine with capital letters. If you don't want that, then you go ahead and you would enable it. You can go to settings, and you can limit. So like right here, you can limit your emojis. This is the minimum amount of emojis required to trigger the filter. So at 3, it would trigger Nightbot. The timeout length, 600 minutes or seconds. And then, you know, you can go up or down from there. I'm not worrying about that because, again, I'm not using it, right? Exempt user levels would be the moderators, which therefore would mean that the moderators would be able to use as many emojis as they want, and they would not get reprimanded for it or anything like that. And then your timeout message, you can enter a custom message here for when the filter is triggered, like please don't use emojis, or please don't spam the channel with emojis, or leave blank for a random message. And the random message would be, I guess, whatever Nightbot picks. You would have to go in through there and pick what you want to do and all that. I'm going to go back here, and it's enabled right now. You see the blue. I'm going to disable it. Okay. And the same thing for the caps. I go on settings, and so it's got limit caps. This is the minimum amount of caps required to trigger the filter, 8, and then your timeout on seconds, and then the moderators and the timeout message. And you would just, that's pretty self-explanatory, right? I've got mine disabled, but that's me. I know plenty of people that use them, and that's, you do you. My blacklist words or phrases, you go ahead, and if you go into your settings, you can add, so like they're giving you examples here. So if someone was to type in apple or banana, it would time them out. So this filter allows you to time out custom words, phrases, and patterns. In this case, I don't have a blacklist here. I do, because I hadn't had this set up. I believe I do on my other ones. And it's like profanity words. And so that way, Nightbot won't even list them, And I do suggest, if you don't want profanity being used, and you don't want abusive words being used, or aggressive words being used, whatever words, offensive words, like that, you would put them in here. And it tells you each line is a separate blacklist entry, so you would have to have them just individually entered. And then right here it's got import text file, and you can create a text file and then import the whole thing into here. I believe I was unsuccessful in doing that, so I listed each one of mine individually. And then you can, let's see, check display names. If enabled, the filter will check the display name of the user. And what that means is if the user's name has any of the words appear that are in your blacklisted, it will also check for those words in the username and not display them. And then again, your timeout length, you could pick how long they're timed out for, who would be exempt from this, your timeout message, if you wanted to put one. So the example here is, hey, stop spamming, and you can have that on and off, and you can pick your own, or you can leave it blank to pick a random message. Which means that not anyone can come into my chat and drop links, because you don't want anyone just coming into your chat and dropping links, right? So if you have them set as moderators, then they can. And I know in my case that helps me a lot, because they can drop links for people that are visiting the channel, or pattern links. They can drop them down, or if I mention something and I don't have the link readily available to me, they will search it and they will drop the link. And so that is very helpful. So I do have where the moderators can do that. I think we've covered a lot, and this is a lot longer than I thought it was going to be. So if you have any questions, go ahead and leave it in the comments, and I will go ahead and try to answer you the best that I can. Now keep in mind that I am not a pro at this. What I am sharing with you is just like based on a lot of the research that I did initially, and me setting up my own Nightbot. There may be simpler ways out there. There may be better ways. This is just the way I've been doing it and has been working for me. I thank you for being here. If you have found this helpful, please go ahead and leave a comment, leave a like, give me a thumbs up, and subscribe to the channel. So thank you for watching. I hope you have a wonderful and blessed day till I see you again.